And okay,
Yeah, we are live. We are live. Bum, ba, ba, ba.
I'm going here on Facebook and it says I'm live too. So,
Good.
everybody on Facebook, I am with the beautiful Sue Greenwald on Awaken Stories on YouTube. We're doing a little chat, and that's why you can't see me because Facebook doesn't want me to be streaming on my PC. So, here we are.
Right, right. Well, and sometimes I'm not able to see comments or not. Today it looks like I will be able to. Yay. So this
Awesome.
is this is Sue Greenwald with Awakened Stories here with the one, the only, bum, ba, ba, ba,
Uh,
the real John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing great, Sue. Thank you for asking me
Yeah,
on
yeah. And
your
and I want to start out by saying it's my fault that we haven't talked in a couple of weeks. I was busy and I apologize. A lot of people were texting me like, "Where have you been? John needs support." And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm running around and I didn't have time. So here we are, we're back, right? So what has been up with you the last couple of weeks?
Oh, not a whole heck of a lot. It's been hot here, so I usually just go out and piddle around in the heat and come back
Yeah.
in where it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a whole lot. I
Yeah.
wish I could be doing more.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, if anybody's got any ideas on what we can do and how we can get this story out, and it's a war. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a war against the secret societies. Somebody's trying to call me on Messenger.
Of course there.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Well, I have noticed, and I'm going to say an amplification in like channels like Telegram or otherwise, where they're all run by John Kennedy Jr., right? Okay. And they're all like it feels like there's a plan there to try to bring him back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a big debunk, and I'm sure that the fake Kennedys and all the criminals in the secret society are all behind it.
Yeah.
We are exposing the real John Kennedy Jr. right here on Waking Stories,
Yep.
and these people will go to prison for what they did.
Yeah.
It's huge, the crimes. What we are exposing is the grassroots of the Epstein files. I was a child. My father was president. They unalived my father, my uncle, my family members. They unalived them to steal the fortunes. And that's who's running the show right now is the secret societies that did all that, people. So they're coming up with these ways. Oh, we'll just say this is John Kennedy and that's John Kennedy. The John Kennedy, the whole world knew had no Kennedy
Yeah.
blood. He was Greek. He worked for the mafia. He had mafia blood. He was a child of the satanic cult that runs things now. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He was my stepbrother, George Onassis. My mother married a Greek billionaire, and our Secret Service is in control. They're the ones that tell everybody what to do. They're telling Donald Trump what to do right now. They told Biden what to do. They divide this country, and it's all for the one world order, the big kahuna, and we're not invited. They don't care about using us as slaves and making us work, pay our tax dollars. They know how to launder money, and they do it very well. And I was taught, and I learned how they launder money. It's a big scam, and the swamp in Washington D.C. is a great example. Let's pay $10 million to change things. Get your friends to change things. They screw you. They get all that money. They split some with you. It's huge the way it works, but that's how exactly how it works.
Right. Right.
Um, I seen one thing one time in organized crime, and all they did, all this construction company did, was bring in a tree, just a little tree, dig a hole, put a tree in there in the ground. They had some bricks. They put the bricks around this little tree, and they charged the company $5,000 for a $49 tree and $50 worth of bricks. But it's organized crime, and that's how they siphon off the money. Same way with the VA and our veterans. Anything to do with government, they have their hands in it. It's organized crime, and they're running the show. And that swamp, that green algae infested thing that cost us $10 million right out of our own pockets, is a great example. It really is.
Yeah. And we've all heard of the NASA or whoever, like these other organizations, they pay like thousands, 17, $20,000 for a hammer or whatever. So it's another way of them
That's been
overcharging,
going on
right?
for years.
Laundering
That
money.
$20,000 hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. Or so much for a bolt or a screw or whatever, an excessive figure. And it's just a way for them to get funding. And of course, nobody really looks at the budgets, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I explained when I was working. They actually tried to kill me on the dock, on the loading dock, probably because I found out how they were scamming our government out of so much money. But I think I shared it on a show. One truckload, no matter if it is one pallet or two pallets or 10 pallets, one pallet, they would pay the trucking company to come pick that one pallet up $5,000. It was a set fee by our government in the trucking industry to get one pallet of military goods, and they would be paid $5,000. So, what did they have John Kennedy do? They would line the trucks up with one pallet, line them up in the dock. We would break the seals, the government official seals. We would get one pallet, put it on a truck, get another pallet, put it on the same truck, get another pallet, put it on the same truck. Pretty soon you'd have 20 pallets on one truck. Each one of those pallets was paying that trucking company $5,000. So you go $5,000 times 20,
Yeah.
a
5,000.
big, huge money scamming the government right there. I'm an eyewitness. I'm the one that was doing it, for God's sakes. I wasn't getting paid. I was getting paid $10 an hour. I asked for a raise, and then they tried to kill me.
Yeah. And that's the time they kind of pulled the truck away while
Exactly. And I
yeah,
flew
they
off.
yeah.
I flew off the dock on a forklift. Forklift crashed on the cement. I bashed my head. I had blood running down. Um, that's the
Yeah.
same exact place. There was a missile. I think it was a $10 million missile. People. It was on a diesel truck trailer, sitting right next to where I lived, right next to this dock. A missile, a $10 million missile in Pennsylvania, in a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. What was it doing there? I
Yeah.
mean, I kept an eye on it till it disappeared, but
Yeah.
it's
Well,
crazy. Where was that $10 million missile going, people? Covered up by our CIA?
yeah. And I'd like to think that all the dock workers and all the people that see this, undercover stuff that is not for the good of the people would be whistleblowers, but they all need their jobs or want their jobs and or they're paid off. There's always a reason, but they don't talk about it. That's why people like you that are coming out and
I just
telling the
learned
truth.
not to even worry about it anymore. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it's hard.
when my son was going through all that as a child, and I went to the FBI, you go to the people you think are there to help you, and then they're like, go away. We don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll take down the whole government if you talk to us. So
Yeah.
yeah, my story is a big deal. I love this sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal, people.
I love it. I love it. Well,
Henry came out with a wonderful shirt this morning.
yeah,
It's got a picture of me holding. You can't really see it, which is good. Holding my 44 Magnum and my AR-15, but you can't really see it. And it's got the American flags. It's me standing there, and it says the real JFK Jr. It's
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
So maybe we can get that T-shirt made. That would be
I,
awesome.
I love that idea. And like even a coffee mug because everyone can use another mug, you know.
We
But
were going to do that a long time ago, Sue. I don't know what ever happened with that
no, I
idea.
don't know either. It's like
I don't know. Things get so busy and
I'm just gonna add it to the list, okay? It's funny. But basically for people that are new, we want to let the new people know the story. So what I would say is if you're new and wanting to know more, uh, this is the book that I compiled, Quest for Justice. Okay, and this tells like it's organized the way I wanted to organize it, but it tells all the stories that John had told us to date. And then this is the book that started it all, Stolen Identity, available on Amazon. Okay. And then The Historian's Tale is kind of a follow up to the first book, Stolen Identity, just a little bit more information. And then they're available on Amazon. Quest for Justice was banned from Amazon. I did not sugarcoat things, and they kicked me right off for life. So
great book. Great
mhm,
book. Only available on the website.
yeah. So only available on John's website, the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. So if you haven't gone to the real John Kennedy Jr.com, please do so and look around. Of course, you can order the books there. There's lots of video there. And really exciting is the documentary that's been done for John, the Quiet TV. Okay, so go there. It's a 1 hour documentary. Fabulous. It's so well done. You won't regret spending that hour. And it's also embedded on John's website, the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com.
Did
All
I ever
right.
send you one of Lanny's books, Sue?
No,
Lanny's got a great book out. I don't see it sitting here.
it's fine. Yeah. So and there's going to be a lot more books to come in the future. Some will be good, some will be bad. Right now the what we're after is getting the word out there about the story. All right? Because everyone walks through the airport or the bookstores or wherever the checkout counter at the grocery store and they are just embedding that programming in our brain. We see the assassination photos, the story they give us there, all this stuff about what happened to the Kennedys. And it's not true. None of it's true. But they keep reinforcing it over and over in the population's brains, right? So I get comments all the time. Well, that's not him. Oh, he doesn't have a Boston accent. Oh, he doesn't this, he doesn't that. Like, expand your consciousness and just use your eyes. Like this is the little child we saw at the White House grew up into, right? And when you compare the two boys, you can see they look nothing alike, right? So,
Can somebody on Facebook put up Lanny's book information on there, please? And thank you. Yeah, I get so many comments.
yeah.
Like you said, the accent. I was kidnapped and replaced as a child. I lived in California. I lived on the California coast. I lived in Central California. I moved up to the mountains in California. I'm not going to have a Boston accent, people. I'm not going to sound like my stepbrother George Onassis. I mean, where was his accent? Even though he spoke fluent Greek. Um, you know, hey, get with the program, people.
Yeah.
Get,
Yeah.
please. When you're kidnapped and you're replaced, you're not going to sound like your mother and father did, or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, again, and it always depends on where you grew up and what's in your environment, right? How your accent is and your belief system and, your experiences. But I met with an older woman over the weekend we were just bebopping along, and I told her about you, and she had a lot of fascination, but she could not wrap her head around the story that there could be an imposter. She just like had the deer in the headlight eyes as I was talking, and I'm like, yeah, they do it all the time. We see it every day now. Anyone that watches a video on YouTube right? Anyone that has a phone, anyone that watches a show on TV, all those celebrities are inverted. They're not even themselves, okay? And you can clearly see it. So why is it so inconceivable that they can be imposters or whatever, but John is telling a lie, right? How is that inconceivable? It's just it's going to be mind-blowing when people finally realize that you're there and the story that you tell. It's going to be mind-blowing to them.
Me and Robin, we've been going around here the past couple of weeks, but we probably met a good dozen or so people and shared the story with them. Just say, hand them the cards and the
Yeah.
flyers, show them the books, and every single one was a great experience. They want to know more. They want me
Yeah.
to know where I'm at on Facebook.
Yeah.
Word of mouth, old school. They want to know. They want to
Yeah.
know. They all say, everybody I talked to in the last couple of weeks, anyway, the new people are like,
Yeah.
yeah, our government is so corrupt. Where can we find you? And
Yeah.
not like on the internet,
Yeah.
not like these bots and these trolls and every other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm on Facebook right now and I see a lot of wonderful people, but it's the same people. I got 22. I've got 94,000 followers. We've been live now, I'm not sure how, a few minutes anyway. But it's saying we have 25, 26 people on there. Where's the thousands? Where's the thousands? Come on, people, go old school. Um, you all are wonderful lions, but they're hindering us. And I told Sue before we even started this, I said, last time we did it, Facebook just deleted my account till I appealed it. So let's go live and see how long it takes Facebook to delete the truth this time again.
Well, let's not
Just
have
last week,
no more deletions. Okay.
just
No
last
more.
week they took me
Yeah.
down 4 times in 1 week. Just removed my account and said appeal it. It'll take a day, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, please y'all hit that share button.
Yeah. So we've seen the censorship and they take down a lot of my videos. Okay, I interview you and other people. They take them down. And so I do put them in different places for other people to see, right?
Yeah, I see a lot of people that share my story. They've been saying that Facebook is taking them down.
Yeah.
Facebook's blocked their accounts.
They block the count.
I go see what you're doing, and I go see what King Smarty's doing,
Yeah.
and the views aren't there.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah.
I can make a post or a video with 94,000, and on my homepage right now, I can scroll down from 3 days ago, and maybe two or three people have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that to me as well. That's kind of why I stopped using them. I used to actually pay for ads when I was doing my expos and events. I would pay for the ads. They took my money, but they wouldn't put the ads like they put it out and I'd get like 2 likes,
Yeah,
right?
I wanted my story out so bad when I first started sharing it, so the world could know the truth and get justice. I was paying Facebook for advertisement.
Yeah.
I really was. I'd come up with a little short video. Hey, I'm John Kenny, and I would pay them to
Yeah.
boost it or whatever you want to call it. Um, well, after I spent so much money, I looked at the, you can go back and check and see how many views they sent it to. They sent it to no one. They took my money for advertisement and sent it to no one. I mean, I see a lawsuit there, for sure, but why would, because big business, they don't, it's the one world order of these billionaires, and we're not invited, but Mark Zuckerberg and, Elon and Trump, and they're all invited.
Yeah.
And they're going to screw us when this one world order hits so bad. You're gonna, yeah. I was almost getting rude for a minute there, Steve.
They think that's what they're going to do, right? So they're showing their true colors. Like censorship is real. Okay, so for example, the numbers, I'll have so many on my channel for YouTube or whatever. I do a video and then it goes down by whatever, a substantial amount really quickly. And I know they're blocking it. I know people are unsubscribed. They don't get their notifications. They delete the videos. all sorts of stupid reasons that for me, for appealing, you just press a button. You don't even get to ask questions, and then they'll just say denied, right? So whatever, okay?
If people took the time to just see what we're talking about, how we are being hindered and blocked
Yeah,
from getting this story out,
yeah,
more people would believe the truth that I'm telling them.
yeah,
Just like YouTube. Robin subscribed to my channel. Everybody was telling me on YouTube, I'm not subscribed to your channel no more. Did you block me? Did you block me? What happened? No, they were removing people. They removed Robin 3 or 4 times. Robin would follow me on YouTube,
yeah,
and then the next day she would look and she was like, I can't find you. Where are you? I was following you because they simply removed everybody that was following me. They hinder you. They don't want to just totally black you out.
yeah,
Um, TikTok totally blacked me out though, because we were getting too big, too fast worldwide.
yeah,
1,000 new followers each and every day on TikTok, and they just said, we can't have this. John's exposing us all the way to the presidents of the United States on the
yeah,
cabal and satanic activity. John's exposing the Epstein files, for God's sakes. How children are kidnapped, tortured, abused, and programmed MK Ultra to do the most heinous crimes while these people are sitting back in their mansion and they're having these children they program go do their dirty work. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Horrible. So now, the general public is starting to really wake up. They're learning more about the programming, the brainwashing, the MK Ultra program. All right, so if you look up MK Ultra on like, Wikipedia, oop, goodbye. I'm just going to talk to see if he comes back. If you look up MK Ultra, they say it was discontinued. It certainly has not been. All right. And we're seeing evidence of that with these school shooters and all these people that have been programmed to do these horrible things. And then they'll say, I don't remember ever wanting to do that or planning to do that. Or usually they're just killed, right? They're called expendable. So they're killed. All right. I'm not sure what's happening here with John.
Actually, can you hear me, Sue?
Yeah, your
Oh,
your picture just went out. So I wasn't
oh.
sure if you were still there or not.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't know what happened there. But yeah,
It
actually,
said,
in organized crime world, they call them sticks. They're brought in from outside the satanic family,
yeah,
and a stick means that they can be thrown on the fire. There's no blood relation, so they can have them do a killing, they can have
yeah,
them do a school shooting, they can have them do a mass murder,
yeah,
or anything like that. And then when the law enforcement catches them and unalives them or whatever they do, they were just a stick. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
They're just an MK Ultra
yeah,
stick. They're no blood, blood
yeah,
family there. They're part of organized crime, but they're called sticks.
yeah, yeah. And you can see that these false flags events, especially, they have, a patsy, if you will, right? Take the blame for the event. They're either, killed or they're put in jail or they're blamed in some way and they go down in infamy where the real guys are really the bad guys within our government structure, right? Organized crime, like you said, one and the same. I'm looking at
And
my,
they're not stupid people.
yeah,
These
yeah,
people doing the evil crimes, they're not dumb. They're not going
yeah.
to advertise on Google. I Google searched myself 3 or 4 days ago, and
Oh,
it said I'm a fake, I'm a fraud. The
huh,
real John Kennedy Jr. He crashed in 1999, and it's like I see another lawsuit coming there. Google.
yeah. Yeah, and yeah, everywhere you look that they're programming us with this story. Like, okay, so about a year ago, I walked through the airport. So there's a story about JFK assassination. There's a story about Whitney Houston and what happened to her, all on the cover of the magazines. The whole magazine rack is all this, we'll call it the old stories, but they're reinforcing what happened in those stories to us, the population. But the problem is, or here's what my thought process was. Why is it they're spending so much time and effort on these old stories? Like, don't we have news stories, right? For magazine covers. And
Covering
the
up the
re
news stories with the old stories.
yeah, yeah. And you know, they want everyone to believe the same thing. That becomes our history. When you repeat it enough and people start to believe it and defend the lie, it becomes part of our history, right? And it's also easy for them. They've already got the articles written. They did
Um,
that 60 years ago.
just a second, guys. I think I got somebody at my front door.
Uh, well, you know, we can't see you right now on my phone. I'm watching the video so I can answer questions, and it just is showing me. It's not showing John. Now on my screen, I see him, but a just a graphic of him. So it's not his face, it's a picture. So you're hearing his voice, and I hope that comes through okay.
I'm back.
Yay! Okay. So
Robin got home.
do you have a video button on your screen that you can make it um normal again?
Let's see.
Oh my golly.
I
Technology.
do, and I didn't touch nothing, Sue.
You
It
didn't?
it it shut me off all on its own.
Okay. Hey, good to have you back.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Good to be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that we've been severely distracted, right? We've talked about censorship. We've seen it kind of in action multiple times. And everyone knows that every time we do a video, there's some kind of corruption to the you know the internet or a distortion of what we're trying to say. We get cut off or whatever. But we wanted to really tell the story of what happened to John for the new people that are watching these videos. So the new people don't understand how could this happen. Well, you know, John was raised by Secret Service. I mean, John, you were 3 years old. You were used to doing what the adults said, whatever it was. Go here, get ready for this, do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
They teach you. They teach you. Do
yeah,
what you're told.
yeah,
I was thinking. Actually, I was talking with the girls this morning about Vietnam and the horrendous things that were done. But even then, they told you you do what you're told. You don't speak. You don't talk. And if you do, we're going to kill you. And that's how you are taught and trained. And that's how I was taught and trained by
yeah,
you name it, the FBI, the Secret Service,
yeah,
the CIA, the Hells Angels, and trust me, they're all connected. Anything of power is connected by our government. The United States government is the biggest crime ring in the freaking world.
yeah. And, and you know, we've talked about this before. We
And
are
with
taught over and over, we're the most free country, we're the best country, we're this, we're that, we're this, that. I'm shocked. I'm shocked and sad to say none of that is true. Like we don't realize it because we're in our little bubble of our life, right? When we look at how the other people are living, they're living much better than we are. They're much more free than we are. We're told we're free, but are we? We're in a little container here and we're just doing what we're told. We're working, struggling to buy food, utilities, shelter. There's no room for entertainment hardly. Luxury, there's nothing, no travel anymore for most people. They're just trying to get by, right? Horrible. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not getting any better,
Yeah.
really. But
Yeah.
it's going towards the one world order. They're in charge. They get away with crimes. And I'm a great example. I've been screaming, hey, these people unalive my family members. They kidnapped me. I'm John Kennedy Jr. Look at what they did to me. Use me as an example
Right.
of how our government can do crimes all the way up to the pre-planned first degree, the big one. They sit there and
Yeah.
they look at you and they say, okay, here's how we're going to unalive this person. And then they carry it out. That's as big as it gets. That's what happened to my father. That's what happened to my uncle. That's what happened to my mother and my sister and my aunts and my uncles and cousins. They pre planned it. Their criminal organization of Satanists pre-planned it. They said, look at all these billions of dollars, and all we got to do is this and this and this. And we got thousands of people on our gang and our crew that can do it. And if anything happens, it's just like, well, you do what you're told. You're working for the United States government. You don't ask questions. You just do what you're told. And they get away with it.
Yep. Yep. And
And
that's
people
how it
like me can scream all they want, and it doesn't do
yeah.
a bit of good for me to yell, scream, holler, punch holes in the walls. It's not going to change a damn thing. They get away with murder, and they have been. And until we wake up and share the story of the truth, then maybe we can start doing something. But they're going
Yeah.
to keep getting away with it, and they're going to take what they want from you whenever they want to, because that's how they operate.
Right.
Think about it. They'll take whatever they want from you and get away with it. I mean, I'm a
We've
great example. I'm screaming, hey, I want justice. Look what they did to me. Donald
yeah.
Trump sold my loved one's possessions at Trump Tower for millions and millions of dollars, and he got away with it.
Yep.
He got away with it because nobody's willing to do anything to help me get to Congress, make a stand because they're all bought and paid for. Hi, dear.
Yeah. So, like I said before, if we took a microphone and walked through any city and said, "Hey, do you believe everything your government tells you here in the US?" Pretty much 99.9999% would laugh in your face and say, "Of course not." So again, we know the government's corrupt. We know the politicians are lying. We know the laws are not here for our benefit. So why is it we cannot comprehend that they would perpetrate the crimes against you and others? You're not the only one, okay? Why is it we have such a hard time breaking out of the programming? All right. We've all read the magazines and the articles about what happened to your dad and the movies. Why is it you come out and say, I'm the real John Kennedy Jr., and this is what happened to me? People are pushing back. Well, first of all, they don't understand. All right. But they've been heavily programmed. I guess that's the only way I can say it. They don't understand the bigger picture yet. They're not using their eyes. They're just swallowing the story, hook, line, and sinker. Right?
I made a video or a post on Facebook a couple days ago, and I was like, Independence Day.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing, people? Why are we celebrating?
Yeah.
For real. I was thinking about it. It was heavy on my heart. Everybody is going to go buy fireworks. Everybody's going to go to the fireworks. Everybody's going to light the fireworks and celebrate our independence. And we are under government control on everything we fucking do. We have no freedom. Even the fireworks, you buy say freedom fireworks. We're not free at all.
Right.
Anything we do costs money. Anything that has to do with anything, we're going to get fined. We're going to get penalized. We're going to pay our taxes.
Yeah.
Cigarettes, 10 mother frickin' dollars a pack for a weed that grows in your damn frickin' yard. If it, come on, people.
Yeah.
You go to the grocery store. How many people remember buying a candy bar for a nickel?
The big
Now
ones.
it's $2 for a candy bar. And the
Yeah.
government did this to us. The government allowed this to happen. They keep getting rich, we keep getting poor, you know? Hell,
Yeah. I went and bought some turkey bacon the other day and I was laughing. Okay, it was like 8.99. It was half of a pound, 8 slices of turkey bacon for $9. Okay, and that was a sale. Okay. And I'm thinking, back in the day, they'd sell big fat packages of regular bacon. It was a pound or more, and it was cheap. If it was like $3, you would have a fit, right? So our prices on everything has gone up. And then, of course, they eliminate the farm animals and all of that. Oh, wait, there was a fire or a flood, or they've got some mysterious disease. We have to kill them all. So that makes the foods shortages and all that. We're really off on a tangent. We all get it here. Everyone that's watching this gets what's happening. All right. So, what we really want to do is focus on attracting new people to understanding and hearing your story, to understand what happened to you and why. And it boils down to money, power, and control, right? So, the bad
Evil.
guys wanted both the Onassis fortune as well as the Kennedy fortune. And they came up with this creative plan to create them both, like to join them both and drain the money from them both, right? And that's what they did. Wasn't
Yeah.
that hard? And they told us the lies. The public was, innocent. They were tricked into believing those lies. And now they just keep reinforcing the lie after lie after lie for 60 years, over and over and over, until it becomes part of our history. And they've done that with so many things, almost everything. Horrible. Now, in
Yeah.
the meantime, John, you have been alive, so there is a bonus there. Many people contact me and ask why they let you live, right? And, I don't really have the answer for that, but I'm glad they did. Your mission is to get this story out there. Like
Yeah.
you had to go through a lot of pain to
There, there's
complete that
been
mission.
there's been so many attempts on my life.
Yeah,
One thing, I'm not a stupid man. Um, if I didn't realize that, hey, I am who I am, people want me dead because they don't want me to share this story, I'd probably be dead.
yeah,
I probably would. If I was just sitting, la da 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 da, I probably would have been dead. But there was so many attempts on my life, and I figured them out. I'd been poisoned more than once, and it sucks being poisoned. But I have been shot at and every other thing.
yeah,
People have planned to unalive me. I mean, take the lug nuts off my car wheels. You name it, all kinds of crazy shit like
yeah,
that they do. Poured gasoline on my hot water heater to try to burn me up in my sleep. The list goes on and on to
yeah,
coming over to my house with weapons in their hands,
yeah.
thinking I would be sleeping, but I'm out sleeping in the woods. So they didn't let me live. Um, Plus,
Yeah,
I had a group of friends helping me stay alive. So when these friends would find
yeah,
out that somebody wanted to come take my life, and they hopped in their car and they're coming over to kill John Kennedy Jr., they ended up going back home in a box because they already knew. So when you're a mob boss and you're sitting back saying, this John Kennedy, he's got to go, but then the best friend shows up and he's in a box and he's not smelling so good, they kind of tend to wake up
yeah,
and leave John Kennedy alone after a while.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And okay, so you've
I
talked
mean,
about all these.
I've in my lifetime, I've had to grab a mop and a mop bucket and clean up the residue from these people that tried to come take my life. So when people say, "Oh, well, how come they let you live?" It's like maybe we didn't let them live.
Yeah, yeah. So in the book, there's in the chapter about the attempted murders of your attempted murderers, 28 incidents, plus the plane crashes and helicopter crash. 28 that you remember. 28.
Oh, and there's
That's a lot.
probably more from when I
Yeah,
was real young and can't remember.
yeah.
One I do remember was when I was eating breakfast, and that got interrupted because the maid had tried to have me poisoned. Little things like that, But even being in Vietnam, the guys that were sent there, the CIA was having me being trained, and then they tried to kill me while I was in training. There's probably more,
Yeah.
but there's some funny things with that goes along with that too.
All
I
right.
was thinking some pretty hardcore, gruesome things this morning when the girls brought it up about Vietnam and how ugly things actually were there, and I was just a child. But as far as them letting me survive, no,
Yeah. I,
there's good guys and bad guys to the war, and when you're in war, there's two sides. It doesn't mean the winning side. They let them win.
well, and even last year you were doing a video and your tire popped. There was probably a dew that hit your tire. and it popped
That was
while you
loud
were,
as hell. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that. That was you that was I was doing an interview with that day.
No, no,
Oh,
somebody else. But
yeah. But there was a
like,
big blowout on the sidewall. These mobile home trailers, they have tires that hold like 65 pounds of air. So when they pop, they make a lot of noise.
yeah, I guess
And
they do.
I
Yeah,
was doing a video and all bang, and I was like,
yeah,
what the, I gotta go see what's going on. Who's shooting at my
yeah,
house?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the dark ones following you and doing all of this stuff, it's real and it's serious. I mean, we're laughing about it now, but it's serious business.
I mean,
So
it goes way back. I was just
yeah.
thinking, all the attempts on my life. I was at the school bus stop, and we lived. The Quigley family lived so far away from the bus stop. I rode a motorcycle to the bus stop. Chained it to the fence, and I'd get on the school bus. Well, there was two characters that took my brakes apart. So when I got off the school bus, I jumped on my motorbike and I hauled ass up the street, and then I hauled ass on a dirt road, and I went to hit the brakes, and I didn't have any brakes. And there was trees in front of me, there was a creek in front of me, and luckily I didn't crash and die that day. So that's another attempt on my life we don't talk about. There was another one I just was reminded of. I worked at a donut shop in Fresno, California. I didn't even have a driver's license. I didn't have a motorbike license, but I needed to go to work. I needed to be me. So I would ride this great big, it was a Suzuki 750. I rode it to the donut shop. I went and worked. I worked the night shift, and I'd get on my motorbike and go home at the end of the time. Well, I jumped on my motorbike, and Blackstone in Fresno, California. It's a 3-lane road, three traffic going the same way. But I jumped on my motorbike, and I'm going through the gears, and I was like, ran, 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 and then all of a sudden I crashed. Well, somebody had loosened my oil filter cap that goes in the front of the motor. So while I'm taking off, all the oil was going all over my back tire. It
Oh,
went all over my back tire. The tire got oily, and I spun out. I wasn't wearing a helmet, or maybe I was. I might have been wearing a helmet that day. I didn't believe in helmet laws, but for some reason, maybe I was wearing a helmet. My face hit the
oh,
windshield of the motorcycle. I ended up hitting the road with the back of my head, but when I was looking up like this, a car tire went right next to my head, missed running over my head by like that much. So there's plenty of stories like that I could be telling.
yeah,
I just haven't told them all. So that maybe that 28
yeah.
is a hell of a lot more.
That one is not in there, so we've got 29. And I don't really want to make a record here, but
Yeah, I don't want to encourage anybody to try because it still
tw-
hurts. It's
28
still painful.
28 is a huge number, huge number. Yeah, and it's not normal. And you haven't had a, air quote, normal life, But from all the stuff you've gone through torture and kidnapping and all the negative, the beatings and the all the stuff you've had. You've come out of it true to your mission but with a loving heart, right?
I try.
Yeah, like you're still going to
Sometimes it's
protect
hard, but I
yourself.
try.
Yeah, yeah. And when these people, call your names and stuff, like I've seen them on Facebook, it's got to be offensive. Like, that maybe they're paid to do that, but how offensive is that,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I make comments, and here lately I just stopped making comments because Facebook uses it
Yeah,
against me. Any
yeah,
comment I make, they'll try to twist it around like
yeah,
I'm being hateful or mean or
yeah,
racist or
yeah.
whatever, just to shut me down.
Yep.
Um,
I
you
get
know, they,
I get that too from time to time. They'll say, you're not who you say, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, thank you for the view. Thanks for watching. Like, and again, they just don't understand most of them. But then you've got the ones that are paid to cause trouble. you know.
And most of them, I'm thinking, we're exposing
Yeah.
so many people in
Yeah.
this secret organization that are literally making millions and millions and millions to this
Yeah.
day. They're making millions of dollars. So why wouldn't they want me silenced? Why would they go up? Facebook right now, every time I turn around, there's somebody sharing my stepbrother George Onassis claiming he is the real John Kennedy Jr. And here we're screaming at the top of our lungs
Yeah.
with no money, no
Yeah.
finances, no
Yeah.
leverage. So yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
something for them to try to do this to
Yeah.
silence the story.
Yeah. And again, the people that have been abused and all the, they're trying to get their story out. They're kept in poverty on purpose for many reasons. It's a way of controlling what they have access to, but they don't want their story out there. So keep them in poverty, censor them, and have low numbers on their channels, whatever they're doing. And the public will look at the numbers on the channel and say, oh, they don't have any followers, they're not the real deal, without even looking into it. And then you don't have money for, let's say, a lawyer or to support yourself. It's very, very draining to go through all of that. It's really hard to go through that. And like I said, like, doing what you're doing is not for the faint of heart, but you've been persistent, you've been courageous, you're out there, your story hasn't changed, and it's got to go forward. So the people that are watching now, they've been there, they're loyal, they know the story, they're helping any way they can. It just needs to get out to more people, that's all. And we just have to stay vigilant. I think that it will over time. I think it won't be much longer. People are starting to look around and say, wow, what's happening out there? Nothing is real, right? So thanks for everyone that shares what they know about this story.
Yeah, Nacho Man's telling me hello. Hello, Nacho. Good guy. A lot of
Yeah,
good people in on my Facebook right now. Wonderful
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Thank you all for sharing. I
yeah,
appreciate it. Y'all appreciate it.
yeah. Well, you've got plenty.
I made a video. I don't know. It's been a couple years ago, but they were advertising the Twizzlers, the licorice sticks,
Yeah.
and there would be a guy with a Twizzler in his mouth, and he would be thinking. He wouldn't be opening his mouth. It'd say. So I came up with one. I was like, I wonder what it would be like to be the president of the United States, and that was in my video. I had a Twizzler in my mouth. I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to. And I was like, it would be damn great for everybody in this world if I was the president of the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah,
It really would. We could make this country so much better if we got rid of the evil crime syndicate that's running it now. And it wouldn't take as long. It really
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
But then I was thinking, because I love these candies. Um, but I went to the doctor like 2 weeks ago, and they pricked my finger and they gave me the diabetes test right there in the doctor's office. And she came back in and she said, your AC is like 1200. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty high. And I still haven't been able to get my medicine. The doctor that I had left town, and I got a new doctor, but I've been trying to get my diabetes medicine. Diabetes, I just checked it yesterday. Robin had me check it. It was only like 310 or something, so that was cool.
Yeah.
But I just got, and why I brought that up, I just got a message on my phone a minute ago, and it said my prescription went to the pharmacy. So maybe
Oh.
I can get my diabetes shots again. I don't know.
Well, again, if you're wearing King Smarty's pendant and all that, um, that is a healing pendant. It is like, again, we've used you as a you're a guinea pig here. We've been doing these videos for 3 years now, and we've seen you every week look better, 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 and more vibrant, right? So you're looking great, actually.
Yeah, I
You really
got
are.
I got King stuff all
Yep.
over the place here. This is one of my favorites. Is this little ball right here?
Yep.
This is on
Piffalo.
the yeah. This is on the desk.
Yep.
Robin, she's got stickers on every single thing.
Yep.
The water bottles, because we can't drink the water around here. It's just
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
salty and
Yeah.
mineralized and everything. So we got
Yeah.
to go get water. But she puts this King Smarty stickers all over the water
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah. Yeah. And like all those little things, they could be subtle, they could be quite dramatic, but they raise the vibration of both your home, your environment, the cells in your body, whatever, even your pets. So it's always raising the vibration. It's a good thing, right? And you're looking and feeling better. And I know it's not perfect, but you're looking better than you were 3 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So, okay.
I was a wreck 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the doctor and they put a stent in my heart, but they're like, you're probably not going to live. But
Not cool.
my heart was at 10%,
Yeah.
and they were talking about flying me to Las Vegas to get a heart transplant. They were talking all kinds of crazy stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I go to the food bank to eat. What am I going to do in Las Vegas without money for waiting for a room, to wait for a heart transplant, living on the? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't see how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But everything turned out good. So
Yeah.
I'm still here and I'm still walking and kicking. And
Yeah. So I wanted to show people your pendant, and probably most of them have this. Sorry, the camera isn't able to pick up the picture on this very well. And this is John's healing pendant. All right. So eh, see, there we go. It's not a good picture at all, but this is a picture of John's book, Stolen Identity, on the front. And it's a beautiful pendant, really well made and all that. And it's infused with frequencies by King Smarty. Comes in 5 colors, 2 different sizes. But John was wearing pendants, and you may have yours on now. But I wear my jewelry all the time. I don't take it off ever. I just had a chain break, so it's over on the kitchen table for me to fix. But I wear mine all the time, and like for my age, I think I'm aging pretty well, and I have people that are always shocked at how old I am. And it's because I've been wearing the jewelry for 10 years. And I have the other
you mean how
products in my
young
home.
you are?
That's right, how young. Yeah. Yeah. So, but again, it's just about allowing the process with the jewelry or the products, and just going about the healthiest life possible, the most positive, uplifting thoughts as possible, and getting your work done, right? So, and you're doing your work by doing videos like this, getting the story out, having people write the books and understand. Like all of us guys that are watching the story now and that are reading the books now understand the story, and we understand why it happened, how it happened. We understand and we trust you and believe you. Now we just need more people to get it out there.
And
But
it's
there's going to be
wonderful
a
all you
tipping
guys
point.
doing
Yeah.
that for me,
Yeah.
writing those books. Because I don't know if people understand, I'm a victim of our government. I'm a victim of MK Ultra. I was tortured not to be able to write, not to be able to spell. Literally, when I sit down and try writing my own book, I would shake. So you couldn't even read the words. And it was all from trauma in my head.
Yeah.
And that's just how it was. So, when you guys started writing these books, it's a blessing, a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Um, to you new people, I'm John Kennedy Jr. This is me when I was a child. I'm not a creep playing with the doll. This is actually a doll of me at 3 years old. Look at the doll.
Yeah.
See the doll. Look at the hair color. Look at my facial features. This is not the John Kennedy Jr. that you were lied into believing was John Kennedy Jr. The man was a fake. He was a fraud. And that's how our government operates. They are fakes, they are frauds, they deceive
Yeah.
you, they lie to you, and it's time we change the history books
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
history books are full of freaking lies,
Yep.
blatantly put in by our government to deceive the people of
Yeah.
this world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad that we're going to find out the real truth about our country, our history, our government. It is quite sad that we had to be lied to like that. And we were innocent people. We didn't know that we were being lied to. You know, you especially when you're a child, you believe what the adults tell you, right? And then it's drummed into our head over repetition. You're tested on it and all of that. So it becomes our truth.
That goes,
And
what you just
yeah,
said goes right to the Epstein files.
yeah,
It really does. Where do
yeah,
these children come from that are in the Epstein files? Everybody sees these
yeah,
video clips of what these creeps, these children with these creeps and what they do.
yeah,
You got to look at the big picture. These children were being molested. They were being tortured. They were being brainwashed to be a part of this satanic cult.
yeah,
That's the main big picture of the Epstein files of what was really going on for organized crime, um, to make kids shut up and do what they're told.
yeah.
It's crazy, but
Horrible.
that's why you ain't hearing about it. That's why they're not releasing them. That's why nobody has gone to prison over it, because they're in charge. And we need to remove these people that are in charge that can get away with these crimes like they did to me and my loved ones.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. We need to expose everything. So the Epstein files are out there. The UFO files are starting to come out. The John Kennedy files are supposed to be out there. We're bringing them, the real Kennedy files out, right?
And just so you all know,
Yeah.
when the president of the United States said, yes, we released the JFK files, bullshit. They
Yeah.
were lies. They're still covering them up. They just put something out there for you to believe in and telling you it's the truth now. All lies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they tell you how JFK's family was assassinated and his son was kidnapped and replaced, and why he was exposing these secret societies and what they do, and why he was really no?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
releasing the real files right here on Sue's show.
Yep. So pick a book, any book. Pick the documentary. Look at the website, the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com, and educate yourself
The
about what
Quiet
happened.
Journey. Go to the website, and the
Yeah,
links are there for the
yeah,
books. Get them all,
yeah,
people, and
yeah,
go get a pendant. It'll be a collector's item someday,
yeah.
and it'll help support the cause. So I don't have to sit on my ass here barbecuing chickens when I could be out doing some good for the world.
Yep, yep. And this is the pendant. And this is, again, it doesn't show good on the camera because it's so far away, but it's a very beautiful piece, really well made. This is the rainbow one, which I like, right? But they come in 5 colors, 2 sizes. And again, thank you all for your support of John and his story and
Just so
getting
appreciate
this
it.
out there. Yeah. And
And I encourage you, if you guys got any ideas or anything that will help the cause in getting the truth out to the world, feel free, hit me up. Stop by
yeah.
my house, knock on my door. It's all good.
Make
It,
sure
it
you
really
knock
is.
so make sure you knock so John doesn't think you're sneaking up on him. That's funny. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk again very soon. And I want to thank you all for all your support of John. And again, any ideas are most welcome. And thank you, John, for, persevering, hanging in there and letting us know how it works. So we learned what's going on.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sue. I appreciate you so much.
Yes.
You
And
people on Facebook, you can go watch me and Sue on Awakened Stories on YouTube. Please go check us out. When you get there, share it. You people on Facebook,
yep.
thanks for viewing my live, and please hit the share button so other people can see it also. I love you guys. You lions are the best in the whole world. And you're also appreciated. Y'all know I